Welcome everyone to SIL 32. For this one, I'm going to keep my notes close, just in case. Hi. Doing fine? Yes? Cool. So which one is light wood and this is steam? Be shy. All right. Just let's not confuse these two words. If we were native Hindi speakers, we'd say this mantra much faster. Om Agur Durgar Vishanamo Swa. Too fast for us, at least for me. So it's Om Aguru Daragar Vishaya Namo Swa. Mudra is kind of simple. Mudra is 3 fingers on the muscle of the thumb to the one on the side, like many others before. Okay, where you're holding some kind of weapon or tool. Okay. What tool do they say? It's Kushinagar, which is a sort of pole weapon. For me, the mudra matters more than the image. So this mantra is soft and pleasant, I would say. And the mantra is not supposed to be hard to say, but I end up mixing up after many repetition. Instead of Daragara, I started to say Garadara. I don't know, reflex from a past mantra maybe. So I'm going to try to stay on pronunciation, because this week when I practiced, I messed up my pronunciation. So let's do our best. But the image is quite cool. The visualization or the cinematics of it are cool. All right. So Aguru, Om Aguru Daragara Vishaya Namo Swaha. Let's pay attention to the abdomen and breathe softly. Be grounded, be present. Hello, Cecile. It's been a long time. The word guru, it means master in the dictionary, but it comes from 2 syllables, gu and ru, which means destroy darkness. And that means a guru, a master, is a destroyer of darkness. That's his role. In other words, today, the word guru means therapist. It is supposed to destroy your darkness or help you remove your suffering. Okay? So that's the word guru. The first word of this mantra is Aguru. In Sanskrit, there's a big A, and there's a soft A, okay? So if we would say Aguru, the soft A, it would mean not a guru. But in this case, Aguru means light wood. What? In the dictionary it means light wood? Let's explain why. Aguru means something that destroys darkness. Okay? And light wood is what we put on fire when we want to bring light. Okay? So the cultural reality of 3,000-4,000 years ago must be understood if we want to correctly interpret words in Sanskrit, and how from bija mantra it became that word, light wood, like little wood. This is how you kindle a fire or start a fire. Okay? Aguru means when you start producing the light or start removing the darkness. Okay? And that's how it became light wood, to initiate the process of personal growth, okay, or removal of darkness. And in physical reality, how to start a little fire. Okay? And that is how Aguru became light wood, because light wood is used to kindle a little fire, to start a little fire. So that's the word Aguru. Daragara, to sprinkle something in a supportive way. For the translators, sprinkle is saupoudrer. In French, saupoudrer. In Spanish, I don't know, when you take salt and you just go tuk, 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 above your food, okay? So, a supportive sprinkle, what the hell does that mean? Okay, so it can be to sprinkle a bit, to distribute a bit of something in order to help, to support, okay? So Daragara, without using imagery, is hard to understand, okay? But it is to sprinkle a spice to make something more flavorful. It is to bring a bit of something to make the trip better. Okay? So little things here and there to make everything more fun, more pleasant, more successful. Okay, so this is Daragara. It's an old expression. We don't use the supportive sprinkle in our society, but in that time it seems they did. And now consider Aguru Daragara. Bring a little bit of light everywhere to make everything better. Ah, now that's a fun expression. Okay. This kind of imagery was then used by the Buddhists as a rain of flower petals or a rain of golden light, just softly going down, okay? And of course the imagery is very beautiful, but what does it mean? In terms of experience, what does it mean? Aguru Daragara is a little bit of light or a little bit of consciousness here and there, just to make sure that everything is okay. That's the first expression, okay? So it can be difficult to understand because it's using a lot of old cultural interpretation or expressions. So Aguru is a little bit of light. Daragara sprinkled everywhere to make things better, to allow us to see better. Okay. So contemplate this beautiful imagery, and at the same time, consider the wisdom. Do personal growth on the little things. Keep your house clean. Be consciousness in general of your environment. Softly, without tremendous effort. It's a sprinkle. So that's the concept of agara, aguru daragara. Aguru daragara. Aguru daragara. With the beautiful imagery of the sparkles of light falling everywhere. That we sprinkle a powder of light, of wisdom. It's a beautiful imagery. The meaning is, be conscious of a bit of everything in general. When you work, your concentration must be on specifically your work. If your work is to observe everything, then you're observing everything. Like a supervisor or a security guard. But if your work is to focus on a specific subject, then you're not doing the daragara. You're more focused, okay, on a specific thing. And it's important in your work to concentrate on one thing. In life, if you focus only on one specific situation, you're going to lose all the other aspects. Because whatever you live must be considered in its context. Okay? Sometimes we feel a bit too much pressure, and the pressure doesn't come from a source, but from an entire environment. And then one specific problem becomes more difficult. Do you understand that? Okay. So, a guru daragara is an attitude of wanting to practice being aware of the environment in order to bring consciousness in every little aspect. Okay. So bring your consciousness in every little thing. Without effort, it's a sprinkle, so it's not a big work on each topic. This you eventually want to do, take care of every little thing more profoundly, but once, just to grow out of it. But in general, in your life, sprinkle a bit of light. Now, if you practice Aguru Daragara as a siddhi, you're going to get a lot of this imagery of golden light flowing everywhere. Little sparkles. Okay? And it feels nice. And I encourage you once to practice it. Just Aguru Daragara. Okay? I enjoyed it this week when I was preparing the class. The next aspect must still be understood culturally, if you want, or through the explaining of the expression. Okay, Vishaya means a subject or a theme, something specific. Okay, Vishaya usually mean Vishaya is in singular, means one specific topic. Okay. But in this context, it suggests that it is the plural, various topics, because of the sprinkle, okay? Aguru Daragara Vishaya is bring a bit of light to all of these little topics. all these little things. Okay? And then Namo means salutation. Welcome. Welcome it in your life. If we go through the literal word for word translation, okay? Say hello a little bit here and there to everything. Feels weird. Like, hello, hi, catch you next day. Yo, bro. You know, and you start to just say hello to every little thing and every person and everyone you meet. That's a bit too literal, okay? Dropping salutations in a way to make everyone feel better, okay? Because it could be an interpretation, okay? Salute, give a lot of salutations here and there in order to bring a bit of light. Okay, so that's an interpretation that is a bit too literal. Because in the mantra, and usually in mantras, Namo is not the action of saying hello per se. It is the attitude of welcoming. Okay. So now in the mantra explanation, you want to welcome all of these little subjects. Okay, because the expression Vishaya Namo is one expression. Vishaya Namo. Be open to the little things. Welcome the global perspective of it. Accept it. You know, the sum of the little bonuses and irritants in your life. Okay. I hope that was enough for you to understand. It takes imagery to explain. Okay, so let's just focus on Vishaya Namo. Yeah, just checking, everything's there. Om Aguru Daragara Vishaya Namo Swaha. Vishaya Namo, the expression of welcoming the various topics, to be open to every little thing. In the same way that I explained, if you stay focused only on your main problem, you're only going to see that. And you're going to dramatize about it. Vishaya Namo helps you open up to be aware of every little aspect of the environment, of the combination of conditions that fabricate your stressful event. Okay? Or a beautiful event. Vishaya Namo. Open up your mind to all the aspects of a situation. Okay. Now the entire mantra together, Aguru Daragara, sprinkle a bit of awareness on every little topic, every aspect of your environment. Take care of that everything functions together well. Okay, so let's just see what they promise with this mantra. I never remember, especially when it's too ancient Chinese for me. To be constantly guarded by virtuous gods and dragon kings. Okay, well that actually makes sense. To be constantly guarded by various gods and dragon kings, the Nagarajas. Okay? Means if you keep your consciousness in general, not hard but in softly everywhere in general, your consciousness will be all around you and in every aspect of your life. Okay, you'll have a global perspective of your local reality. Okay, so it's not the Brahma universe perspective, but to the extent of your capacity, you'll consider your life as a whole. And bringing consciousness in every little aspect of life will bring positive influences from nature, from supernature, and from the heavens. Okay, it's a consequence of like a little transmigration in everything. So it brings the blessings of your consciousness to your general environment. In other words, this mantra makes your life better by lubricating the wheels, by removing the general friction, okay, by getting rid of aggressive background noise. It keeps everything fluid, helps you realize that you are a whole. You are an ensemble of many aspects, of many things. And it helps you release your focus on one big problem. Although it is important to focus specifically on one problem when you have to resolve it, when it's time. But if you just stay stuck on this biggest problem in your life, or biggest difficulty, or the biggest irritant, all your consciousness goes there. And you forget everything. And then everything starts to accumulate little stresses, little difficulties, okay? So now I think I can give you example of the benefits of this mantra. Harmony in your life. De-dramatize the main topic. We usually have one big thing that we're working on or that we feel aggressed by in our life. It will release our mind from fixing on it. An example of an advantage. When you go to bed at night, if all you can think is your big topic, or you watch TV to fall asleep, or you have another activity in your mind to stop thinking about it, but it's still there in your subconscious as a main thing. So it keeps you stressed up. Okay? This mantra will help you decentralize your awareness. When you go to bed, it's good to pay attention to all aspects of your life without any in specific, and just say thank you. Just be grateful for everything you have, so that your main aggressing thing will stop bothering you. Usually we'll go to bed with a clear mind when there is absolutely no problem in life. Maybe you have a big problem, and when you resolve it, your focus will fall on another smaller problem, but it's still there. Like, first it was your job, but you make peace with it, or you resolve it, and then it becomes your relationship, or it becomes your politician's last declaration, or your immediate environment. Your focus will be on, okay, what is the next problem I need to focus on? Okay. We are genetically programmed to dramatize, okay? And that is to ensure survival. Our genetic is programmed to focus on the next most important thing to resolve in order of priority, and to really focus on it. Because in the jungle, it was you need access to water or else you die. You need to become savagely obsessed with access to water. Once you have it, you must have food. That's the next thing. Because if you don't have food, you die. But you die faster if you don't have water. So it was priority. After food is covered, you must absolutely have clothing and shelter. And then community, have other people to collaborate. And then build a system. And then everyone works together. We were programmed as an animal to survive. Focus on the most immediate threat. Your security, and then water, and then food, then clothing and shelter, and then sangha, and everything it means, okay? And somewhere at the point, reproduction and family. And that's how we survive. That survival instinct persists. Once all our base genetic needs are covered, we're still stuck with that software in our mind, with that program in our genes, focused on the biggest problem and give it all your energy. That is a general source of stress. That causes anxiety and depression. That keeps us negative. So this mantra, this long, complex mantra that required an explanation from a culture, it brings our consciousness back to a bit of everything. Stay conscious of every aspect. And that means you will also be conscious of everything that is resolved and everything that goes well. Like, give your attention to a bit of everything. So I do have water every day. I do have access to food. I had a water crisis last 2 weeks, 10 days without water. And it was not dramatic. I just had to go to the store to buy water. Bring it back. Survive like that, So, yeah, there was access to water, but still it was bothering me. It was not a source of stress. I have no water at home. What will I do? Okay, there's no water at home. Where's water? Let's go get it. Okay, this is just an example. Now there's water. The joy of a tap. The joy of flushing your toilet without having to fill your reservoir before. Little joys in life. More access to coffee. That's fun. Be grateful for all the little things you have. There's a lot of things that work well, or else you would not be worrying about the big thing in your life that troubles you. Be grateful of all the little things you have. And keep your consciousness there. Keep your consciousness on all the little things. Okay, all these little subjects, Vishaya. Okay, and stay open to possibilities. Stay open to them. That's the Namo. All right. I hope you understood that mantra. That's the whole explanation. That's what I can think of to explain to you the general mantra. Okay. That's one of the complex ones to explain, because every word is a reference to an experience or an expression. In the book, I would not have been able to transmit all of this without the feeling of that interaction. I could have tried, but it was too much. In the book, I had decided to give the one-page general explanation for those who read to have the basic success of the technique. Okay, the book works. Now with this online class, we get so much more expanded understanding of every word, of their workings together. That's nice. Okay. That's my right hand. Remember, the image flips in the video. Okay. Fingers not too far. It's kind of like this, but not like that. Like that was a reflex. This is the proper mudra. Mudra. Slowly we will recite it. Sprinkle golden light in a way to support every little topic, and stay open-minded. Stay open to remember all the good things and the bad things in your life. Everything in general. I said good thing and bad things just to help you understand. There's no actual judgment. It's all the various experiences. And, some are happier than others. Okay? Sprinkle the golden light, that's the imagery. The intention is to stay aware of a bit of everything. Don't forget all your blessings. Don't stay obsessed with one thing. Om Aguru Daragara Vishayana Yaswaha Namo Swaha. Yeah. Om Aguru Daragara Vishayanamo Swaha. Let's start counting, but we'll do them slowly. Keep reading your sheet if you still need it. And go towards the general experience of, I want to be aware of the global perspective of my local experience. Wanting to stay grateful of everything that works well. And mindful of all the little irritants. So I won't obsess on one thing, but consider everything as an environment. Okay? 21 times. Om Aguru Daragara Vishayanamo Swaha. Om Aguru Daragara Vishayanamo Swaha. Om Aguru Daragara Vishayanamo Swaha. Om Guru Daragara Vishayanamo Swaha. Om Guru Daragara Vishayanamo Swaha. Om Guru Daragara Vishayanamo Swaha. Om Aguru Daragara Vishayanamo Swaha. Om Aguru Daragara Vishayanamo Swaha. Vishayanamo Swaha. Come on, it's incredible. Yeah, how did that? Starting to transcend, it happens. Om Guru Daragara Vishayanamo Swaha. 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 Om Guru Dara Gara Vishaya Namo 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 Swaha. Focus inside and outside on everything in your life. Nothing specific. In the practice of the mantra, you're not trying to remember everything that is going in your life. You're simply expressing that you want to remain conscious of everything as a general environment. Grateful for everything that goes well, mindful for everything that could get better, mindful of everything that you can't change and should accept. All right. Yeah, complex mantra to explain at least. In this case, because I gave myself into the meditation of it, I started to transcend, combined with, oh yeah, I have to teach them that too. If you're doing a practice and you start to think about something else, it's normal that you'll mess up your mantra, like I just did. And in this case, it's when I start thinking about the class, because I am teaching. And when I realize, oh, let's talk about this and that. Yeah, we can mess up. It happens. And it's not that I didn't practice before. It's just, this is one of the mantras that the Guru Dara Gara, there's Gara, Guru, Dara, I don't know. Hopefully if I practice it more, because I will practice it more in the following days before I switch to the next class, usually on Wednesdays, I start to do that. Maybe I'll get the hang of it. This is one of the mantras I don't practice often. I practice like when I started the MahaKaruna process, when I wrote the book, of course, I had to practice every aspect enough to experience it a lot. And you'll always feel more attracted to other mantras, to some mantras, and that's normal. That's completely normal. But when we will come to the point of doing the 42 mantras in a row, of course we'll have our book. And we'll have a big long breath between each, so we can review the mudra, review the mantra, and then say it 3 times or 9 times. And then move to the other. Say it 3 times or 9 times if we do a long practice. I believe that it is such an important aspect of wisdom to release the focus on the main problem of the life, to be accepting Namo, to welcome all the little things that you can't change, and to remember all the good things that you have. It really feels good to not be focused in a cage, but to expand, to feel like I'm conscious of everything in my life. And that transmigration, that general embracing of everything that makes you who are you, will bring you consciousness there, and will bring the natural spirits, the Nagarajas, and the heavenly kings, the gods, the binary gods. So the angels, if you want, okay, the angels and the elementals, to be there. Because wherever you bring consciousness, the natural consciousness of the world is attracted. So the spirits, okay, basically the Nagarajas and the heavenly kings, the angels, the elementals, that's what it means, basically for the Occidental occultist. And it's pretty nice. for, sometimes I do things on a hunch, and I have a hunch that I should recite the mantra 3 more times for the class. Okay. Om Aguru Daragara Vishaya Namo Swaha. Om Aguru Daragara Vishaya Namo Swaha. Om Aguru Daragara Vishaya Namo Swaha. Just be in the spirit of it. One thing that is wonderful is you'll experience being larger than you actually are. That your life is not your body, that your life is your entire environment. That you're not just in your physical flesh. You are. It's important. But you are everything that you are concerned with. Everything that you enjoy. Everything that is currently involved in your environment. Doing this expands you. And then you're much bigger in terms of size of consciousness. You're much bigger than you thought that you were. As much as it is important to anchor in the body, it's very important to embrace density. It doesn't mean that you have to lock yourself in your body like a prison. Aguru Daragara Vishaya Namo. Just expand in everything that is part of you and part of your life experience. You're part of your family. You're part of your Sangha, your Dharma, and your Buddha. You're part of the house, the work, nature around. You'll expand. And you'll realize you are much bigger than you're human. Yeah, it's a nice side effect of this mantra. That's what I remembered telling you from doing the 3 more recitation. I just got it. Oh yeah, we're bigger than we are. And that's cool. That's a really cool feeling. All right. Love you all. See ya.